You'll find out.
Thank you.
So just
Yes.
confirm your numbers.
Numbers at the moment, 19. 19. So there's 19 members in opposition right now. That means that in order to effectively move a vote of no confidence tomorrow, we will need 37 members from the government side. And like the Honourable Keith Idahu and Grand Chief Sir Peter Ipatas alluded to, this was already confirmed by members of the coalition. Not the opposition, coalition. Last year, when the Honourable Sir Peter Ipatas became the nominee.
Basically, if you're Papua New Guinea, you should know. Our electoral, especially the elections, have always been corrupted. So we intend to fix that. And fixing that will take reforms and also look at people who are actually involved in managing the elections. For how long do we have to wait and see if these people actually corrupt the process? Every Papua New Guinean knows, right down to the village level, that there is corruption. Nobody's able to fix it. This government will fix it so that people can actually freely vote for their own candidate. There's going to be a vote for the Honourable James Marape or for me. If they want to, if the members of Parliament are happy and want the Honourable James Marape to continue, they'll vote for him. If they want to change, well, I'm the alternate. So it's up to the members to decide tomorrow. People by Rousing all Islam mania, same corrupt online stabia. You saw it by me Rousing all festing. All right. And that's not only here in Mosby. Of course, you will see that right throughout the country. Many people know who the corrupt guys are, but they still are there. And we've got to make the critical decision to remove them. They're cancer in the whole proper system. So they have to go. And one of the other proposals that we're looking at is to ensure that we can have a reform where there's a board or a committee oversighting the electoral commissioner, because he's now just the one independently is running the elections, and if he's influenced, the whole process is influenced.
So there'll be a complete revamp of the electoral process to ensure that there's one person, one vote, one count, by ensuring that there's a composite of manual and biometrics in the system. And this can happen immediately.
Well, basically, for the interest of the country, there must be debate. It's a very important agenda for the country. If they do have the numbers and following parliamentary process, want to certainly they'll show the country that this is the type of government that we are dealing with. They have to allow for debates to show the people that they are worth continuing in office. We have to tell them why they shouldn't hold office for the next couple of years to 2027.
And just to further elucidate that point, the role of the opposition is to keep the executive government accountable in terms of how they're implementing public policy and then the outcomes that they're producing or not producing. In the last 6 years, we've seen that there's been a decline throughout society. And as the Honourable Dr. Lino said, you can see this by dealing with the people. If you drive around Port Moresby in the evenings, you've got all these homeless people sleeping on the streets. Let's just get this right, in the richest Black Christian nation on planet Earth. My goodness. So this is what's happening around us. And the role of the opposition is to keep the executive government accountable. And that's what we will continue to do. They have to allow debate. The vote of no confidence demonstrates that democracy is alive and well. But then they have the numbers. You have the numbers. You can easily come on the floor and just defeat the process. But because of the undercurrents, because of the uncertainty, because even the Prime Minister know that they're not doing the right thing, they had to go and then amend Section 145 of the Constitution to prevent any further votes of no confidence. So is this a dictatorship? Is this an autocratic regime? Is the Honourable James Marape a tyrant? If he's not, then why are you amending the laws and then creating all these other laws like the Anti-Terrorism Act to prevent assembly, to prevent freedom of speech, to prevent protest, to prevent dissent? If you're the people's choice and the people's champion and the people's leader, the people have rejected you. Members of Parliament need to wake up and then understand that the opposition will continue to hold them accountable. So on the floor of Parliament, they must allow debate and they must withstand public scrutiny. So that's what will happen tomorrow.
So just
Yes.
confirm your numbers.
Numbers at the moment, 19. 19. So there's 19 members in opposition right now. That means that in order to effectively move a vote of no confidence tomorrow, we will need 37 members from the government side. And like the Honourable Keith Idahu and Grand Chief Sir Peter Ipatas alluded to, this was already confirmed by members of the coalition. Not the opposition, coalition. Last year, when the Honourable Sir Peter Ipatas became the nominee. Not the opposition, the coalition. And things have gotten worse in the last 6 months. So we asked them to kindly review their position and make the right decision for the people of Papua New Guinea tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, I think in a nutshell, and to answer your question, briefly, it'll have to be a reversion to the 1995 the law as it was. And I understand with the discussions, we'll have a look at the tweaking of the composition of the provincial government and give it greater autonomy. All provincial governments should have greater autonomy and have block grants and to implement their own vision and the plans for their respective provinces. And that's the way it initially was, as a different form. I hope that answers your question.
So basically, it's to make sure that provinces, we develop the nation province by province.
Province by province, block by block.
Yeah. So we decentralize the whole system and make sure that more powers are given to the provinces.
I have a question from ABC for Sir Peter. If you do become Prime Minister, what would your position be on PNG's security relationship with Australia?
PNG and Australia had a very good relationship. In fact, they were our colonial administrators, and obviously the two countries have ongoing security arrangements, but we don't intend to change that.
You'll find out.
Thank you.
So just
Yes.
confirm your numbers.
Numbers at the moment, 19. 19. So there's 19 members in opposition right now. That means that in order to effectively move a vote of no confidence tomorrow, we will need 37 members from the government side. And like the Honourable Keith Idahu and Grand Chief Sir Peter Ipatas alluded to, this was already confirmed by members of the coalition.